All righty, folks. Welcome, welcome. It is Tuesday night. Welcome to the AMA, and we have a special guest coming on joining us in a bit. But for now, we're just going to pass the baton to Mr. Peter Gantner to kick us off.
Hello, everybody. Good to be here this week. As a little stressful, exciting time in the crypto space, right? A lot of us over the last week since our last AMA watched a few, well, maybe $1 trillion come off the market
Well,
cap.
your bucks amongst the
Crypto,
friends.
it's been kind of heading down, but in the last week or so. But to me, that's opportunity. I think if we look into the fundamentals that are out there, Walmart just put out a big announcement that they've been ramping up with NFTs and possibly a crypto themselves by some filings that they've done for trademarks and copyrights and things like that. If you look at the fundamentals, there was a report put out that talked about last year, the amount of innovation in the blockchain space has been tremendous. And when we talk about that, it's the functionality, it's the actual utility of the blockchain that we're talking about, creating value in the world and changing things, from GameFi, right, play to earn, to NFTs and the value that they're creating. I actually did a call about an hour ago and we were talking about this. It's pretty incredible when you think about it, because you think about an NFT and why do they have the value that they have? But then listening in Clubhouse, a thing about NFTs, they're talking about these mutant apes and some of the yacht apes and crypto punks, about some of them actually, because you own the NFT, you own the branding to it. So the reproduction rights to those and being able to really brand them out there. So there's a new service out there that between 1 and 3 ETH, you can have your NFT painted on the side of a building, and it will last a year, year and a half, 2 years, until it fades off. But then having people see that when it's in Miami, and that's considered the crypto capital of the United States, right? It's the trending place. A lot of the big events are held there and stuff. And there's a lot of development in the blockchain space in Miami. And so that becomes a brand, and then eventually being able to market and sell those brands and generate revenue off of not selling the NFTs, but off of owning that asset, that intellectual property on it. So it's very interesting to see how this is beginning to really move along. Chad just put in my son Gavin 32x'd his money on Happy Beast NFT last week, 0.2 ETH to 32 ETH in 20 minutes. Was the craziest thing ever. Wow, that is insane. Gavin, how come you're not giving me the tips, buddy? I didn't get that tip in my, let me look in my thing and see if somebody gave me a tip. Nope, no tip.
I'm sure if you look in your text messages, it's there.
Yeah, Bitcoin 2022 is coming to Miami. They have a lot of big crypto events in Miami. So it's pretty incredible, what's going on in the space. We had a great week from a bunch of different calls that we're doing with projects that are coming down the pipe. That's doing it. As a matter of fact, a friend of Chad and mine, Josh, is there's a potential for us to do a gigantic project that would be absolutely incredible. And again, we haven't put the deal together yet. It's in the early stages, but it is heading in the direction of the possibility of happening, which would be absolutely tremendous there. So a lot of great things happening. CNP is very close to launching, and of course that'll be the Mixed Martial Arts Club. Interesting when you talk about branding and marketing and NFTs. We did a clubhouse on there, and this is a channel that's specifically for NFTs. It was interesting. One of the gentlemen came on and said, this is somebody who's pretty deep into NFTs, said this is the first one that he's heard of that's being promoted by a movie, right? So the NFTs that go crazy, like the one that Gavin got into, they have big communities, right? That's what the secondary market is. The first issuance is sold out right away. other people want to get involved with it, drives up the price, right? That's exposure. That's more people demand for that project. And by having a film out there and those things coming around, that would definitely increase that over time. What we're getting ready to do at the NFL, at the Super Bowl, there, again, more exposure, the possibility of some famous people, which is really what has driven a lot of the NFTs to the prices that they're at. You know, you hear of a Gary V buying an NFT for, you know, an X amount of dollars, and that raises the bar for the whole thing and moves it forward. So those are some potential things on stuff that we're doing and putting together. Very productive week though, even though the market's down. To me, it's just an opportunity. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but it's an opportunity to, and I had the date written down somewhere. It's somewhere in February that this correction, this little adjustment here, took the market cap all the way back to where it was in mid-February of 2021. So if you're maybe somebody who was not involved in was not involved in it, then the possibility, you know, earlier, maybe you got in September, October, and you're like, man, I wish I could have gotten involved in the beginning of 2021. Well, this is almost to the very beginning, right? In order for that to, you know, for that to take place. So it was like reversing it. But I think what a lot of people will do, and I see it already in the tweets being down and likes and comments and things, people are almost like, well, the market's down, it's not very exciting. So they'll just kind of move and do other things in the meantime, and they'll wait for the market to get super exciting, and then they'll go out and promote it to their friends. So like, imagine, you know, the correction started on November 11th, this adjustment. Imagine, you know, people are out there talking like crazy. Oh man, you got to get into crypto, dude. Come on. Hey, Susan, get into crypto, because they were excited about it because their portfolio was going up, you know, weekly, and things were going up. And so then, you know, Johnny says, man, okay, let me jump in. Let me get involved. Gets in at the top of the market. The market drops. Their $1,000 becomes 600 or something. Now they should hold and stick where they're at because it's going to come back. But think about if now you got Johnny and he puts 1,000 and then it gets back to 3,000. So this is really the time for us to share it and get people involved and grow where it's at, because this is a chance for them to get in at a better entry point than where it was at before. So do we have Dawn with us? We did not discuss today what any updates that we needed to give for today, and we were going to have some special guests on. Mass is on with us.
Mass is here, yeah. And Dawn might be joining us later, but I believe that MMAC is rocking and right on point. So hopefully we're good there.
Yes, yeah, we're very close to announcing the launch date for MMAC. So that's definitely one of the things that we needed to cover. So that'll bring also the release of the NFT for if you're at the Vegas event. We are working on the date for our next token launch. We'll hopefully have that here in the next 7 to 10 days. Get that put out there as well. And then here in the near future, we'll be putting out the first. So MMAC, we're utilizing CNP, possibly maybe the project that we're going to look at tonight. But CNP will put out its first own NFTs that'll do, which we'll be revealing, I believe, next week. You will get to see we'll roll out the concept and the artwork for it. Don't quote me on it, but it's in pencil right now, but I'm pretty sure we're going to share that with you next week for you to get involved with that. But projects are coming in left and right. Matter of fact, more projects than we could ever do fast enough to make them happen. So we're getting to where we can choose and pick what type of opportunities that we get involved with. So tonight we do have a special guest. Have you pulled Mass up on the panel? Oh, you're muted, Rhonda.
Yes, Mass is here. He's on panel.
Excellent. So real quick, guys, we're going to go into this. So this is not a direct Nexus ecosystem product we're going to share with you. However, we are looking at launching the NFTs through Catapult /CNP and possibly the token down the road as our first project that we're going to be doing as a third party. We're the provider and they have the project. It is a project that at this point, the team is not going to be fully doxed to the public. However, I do have a 12-year existing relationship with the people that are doing this project. We have vetted the entire team prior to coming here, as well as we're vetting the technology and stuff. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to have Mass come on and explain the project, and then we'll take some questions and stuff. And then we're going to send out a survey. Once we have this video link, we'll send out a survey and we'll get your guys' feedback. We are a DAO, right? So Catapult's a DAO, CMP's a DAO. And so we're going to get feedback from you guys on if you think that this is a project that has interest to it and that would be something that would be exciting to move forward with. So Mass, are you there?
Oh, hello, Peter. I'm here.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. How's everyone tonight?
Everybody
excellent,
is terrific. You know, I was talking to someone today and they didn't know that we knew each other. And they said, you know, you stole my secret weapon. And I'm like, what the heck is your secret weapon? And then they said, well, Mass was our secret weapon and you already knew him and stole him. So you were highly spoke of today on a call from some very credible people that we know. So
I just spoke to the guy right before this call because he reached out to me and I was surprised. I was saying like, well, how did you know about that? And we talked on it. Wow. Yeah, that guy knows everyone. You know, he's well connected. I was surprised.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your project? If you need to share the screen, you can. If you want to share screen to show any of the assets that you have and stuff. Now, guys, you guys know that with Nexus and that on the project, we usually help build the sites, the tech. You know, we do all that stuff. We're not doing that on this project. These guys have put together all the technology and all the graphics and all the tokenomics and all that stuff they've done and just brought the project to us and said, hey, would you guys be interested in taking this forward? So go ahead and take it away, Mass.
All right, thanks. And Peter, as I speak, if you have any questions or any input, just feel free to jump in and we can adjust that.
They'll put it they'll put questions too in the Q&A. And then guys, I see there's 4 questions in here. I'll answer those after we do that. So we'll prioritize the questions on this project and then I'll answer these back again at the end. Okay.
Okay. Well, I just want to give let me start by giving a quick overview of the project that we're launching pretty soon, hopefully next month. It's called Solar Protocol. We are also a DAO, just like Nexus and TruBadger. On the surface of our project, we're basically a high-powered staking platform that allows members to achieve a high APY. And the way that high APY is achieved is through auto compounding. And your stake balance is auto compounded every 8 hours. And that pretty much achieves kind of an exponential rate of return, which is something that's I think is a new trend for DeFi this year, and that's what we're trying to feature. The core features of the protocol functions to accumulate assets that back the Solar token and builds its treasury. So everything we do, the whole project is focused on building assets to back the token. One of the fundamental premises of the protocol is to own all its own liquidity. And that's another new trend that appeared last year. It's called protocol owned liquidity, or POL. And that allows the protocol to, make its own fees. So we don't have to pay other liquidity providers to provide liquidity. And as up to today, normally the liquidity providers they're called mercenary liquidity providers, and it's more or less renting liquidity. So you don't, they get a cut, of course, for providing liquidity, they make fees. And by owning our own liquidity, we make all our own fees. So the fees that we do make will go back into adding to our own liquidity. So it'll just keep building and building, which, could be called a flywheel, a positive flywheel. So when that keeps spinning, our liquidity will just keep growing. Alternatively, that can be directed into our treasury, which I'll speak about later. So for the two main functions of our protocol are basically staking and minting bonds. The bonds, we will be using NFTs, and they will act as, in this case, like US saving bonds, which some of you might be familiar with. And it's, more or less like an IOU. You'll be able to receive a discount on token purchases, which are distributed in a 7-day period or longer. The tokens are also, the distributions are auto-staked to your balance. So it's hands-free. Once you purchase a bond and stake it, you will automatically accumulate a staking balance, which begins the auto-compounding feature. So during the first phase of our build out, we have two main focuses: Bitcoin mining and liquidity mining. The Bitcoin mining will actually be physical mining, which will be set up in Canada through a company listed on the Canadian Stock Exchange. That Bitcoin mining will be verifiable, and the mining production will be coming through. We'll be distributing it by airdrops to our stakers. So we're betting that Bitcoin will go up in price over the next few years, which, everyone here is probably a believer in that. And so that's kind of the foundation of what we're betting on. In terms of liquidity mining, we're focusing on decentralized stablecoins, namely UST by Lunaterra. I'm sure you've heard a lot of FUD on USDT and USDC, and they just recently blocked $16 million worth of USDT. Those stable coins are centralized. They're censoring it. They can control it. You never know what might happen with that. USDC, they could suddenly block a DeFi platform. It's up to them. They do what it's up. They control it. So that could kind of destroy a platform. If suddenly they block USDC. So with UST and there are some other decentralized coins as well, such as MIM and Frax. I think that's a new trend as well. UST is branching out on all the blockchains these days, like Solana, Matic, and it's only been recently that they've come to the BSC Finance blockchain. So to give you an example, if we focus on UST and to become the main liquidity source on the Binance blockchain, you can check PancakeSwap, and for this past 7 days, they did about $26 million in UST volume. Now, PSCS pays about 0.2% in fees to the liquidity providers. So that would be about $52,000 in fees paid out. And it's so new on the BSC blockchain that, that could easily grow like 10x, in my opinion. And that would be about $500,000 in fees for us to capture. And that's what we want to do. We want to capture all those fees and just grow it. And I think it'll grow. In the events, like if you look at the recent events, with the basic crypto sell-off, a lot of people move their assets into stable coins, so that it's just going to get greater and greater. The next, the next step on focusing on UST is to offer stablecoin farming. And I think the main attraction to this is, it will allow farming without risk of a permanent loss. So farming with such coins as like Ethereum could have a risk of loss, because if Ethereum goes down, then your whole portfolio goes down, your whole farming LP, the value just goes down and it doesn't recover until Ethereum goes back to the price that you entered. So farming stablecoins, offers a safe and steady way to generate passive income. And I personally, I'm attracted to this because of that very reason. It kind of makes me nervous holding a lot of crypto, farming a lot of coins. The only real way to successfully farm coins these days is like you got to really time it. You got to jump in and out. And with stable coins, I don't worry about it at all. The second primary focus is just staking our tokens, the Solar tokens for yields. It's just basic staking, and we're going to offer a lot of different options to increase the frequency of auto compounding by offering, if you lock up your balance for extended periods of time, from anywhere from 15 to 360 days, and that allows you, the longer that you lock it up, the faster you compound, and the higher the APY yields that you will receive. And with that setup, early adopters will stand to benefit the most from this platform. So the TruBadger Nexus community has the opportunity to get it from the beginning, and that's that's kind of how we want it. The general public and other entrants will come in later, after your community. So in conclusion, we have a full roadmap to keep us busy for the rest of the year and beyond. All the features that we roll out after the core features that I just spoke about, we will be rolling out more and more features that will add deflationary pressure to the ecosystem, and that's key to keeping the protocol sustainable. And since we are a DAO, ultimately, the roadmap will be steered by navigated by the community, and we have a lot going on. The NFTs, we really want to expand in the NFT area, but not like the collectibles or the art, but in terms of utility, right? Asset-backed NFTs, mining contracts. We have some ideas of backing NFTs by, for example, like silver, hard assets. We're also looking into setting up some prediction markets, self-repaying loans, loans on NFTs as collateral, a DAO, a hedge fund, metaverse integrations, and we're looking into establishing our own stablecoin. So that's it in a nutshell. I'll show, this is a screenshot. I'm sharing my screen. Can you guys see that?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, that's a preview of the bond that we'll be using for our launch, and we'll be offering many variations of this. And this is what you will receive when you buy an NFT bond, and you go to our dashboard into our app and you stake it, and the token distribution begins.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Hey, Peter, you're on mute.
Yeah, Peter, he might be on another call.
I was trying to get an answer from Don on the staking stuff, some of the questions that were asked about.
Oh, okay.
All right, excellent. So we have a couple questions here. So would this be similar to Wonderland.money project?
It is based on the same protocol, like the Olympus DAO original source code, but we have made, if you're familiar with that sector, that wave of protocols right now, a lot of them are having some problems, and everyone's kind of diversifying in their own way. Wonderland Time, all these protocols, what they did was it was way too inflationary in the beginning. You know, they were offering some crazy APYs, you know, like 250,000%. You know, some of them were like millions of percent, and some of them were even in the billions, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, so some of those protocols went out of control, and then, you know, as you can see, they had liquidity issues as well, and they had leverage problems. Like people were leveraging stable coins, like, you know, like Wonderland is connected to, you know, Abracadabra and Magic Internet Money, and they had a system where you could leverage your Wonderland LPs and borrow money, and then just to leverage up your staking positions, and it just went nuts. And when things went wrong, when things started to fall, I think a big whale dumped, and it started a liquidation cascade. So there are so we see that as a kind of a positive, because we can see the mistakes that and how things have panned out for those protocols. So we're taking that original core protocol and just improving on it, and putting on all you know, our unique twists by utilizing NFTs, a lot of features, a lot of the other protocols like Hector DAO and Invictus DAO on Solana. They are just expanding. They're making a lot of partnerships and they're pulling in yields from everywhere they can. And so, you know, that should support the stakers payout and make everything sustainable in the long term. So that we're taking everything we see that's good and what we see that will, you know, secure our future, and integrating that into our protocol. So we're kind of like Wonderland 3.0. You know, they're like Wonderland's taking a different route, and they're going like they're becoming sort of like a hedge fund, you know, and they're just buying, they're investing money and buying tokens. They're setting up like a sports betting site and things like that. So everyone's kind of going off in their own direction, and we're kind of cherry picking the best features that we see out there and integrating it into our own.
Perfect. All right. Another question is, what will be the initial price of the NFT?
The price will be fixed at $200, 200 UST. And that allows you, it's going to be like an NFT drop. Every NFT will be priced at $200, 200 UST, but you will have a chance to receive a rare NFT, which would be valued at 400, and a legendary NFT which will be valued at 800. So we're taking what, you know, the NFTs are doing these days in terms of traits and whatnot, and we're putting that twist into our launch.
Okay, awesome. Is the website solarprotocol.io? Do you have the website available?
It's actually solarprotocol.com.
.com.
Yeah. Okay. And so Solar is with 2 A's. Yep. Solar it just means solar in French.
Okay.
The website's being upgraded this week, so, you know, it might look a little sparse. We've been focusing on the other components of the project, but that should be more comprehensive and fleshed out by the end of the week.
Okay, perfect. Will all the assets be backed by its own native currency, or backed by stable coins directly, or both?
Yeah, it will be backed by stable coins, namely UST, but we will also be focusing on BTC. So that and we will have voting. You know, we could have a basket of assets going forward. That will be up to the DAO. We'll have voting on that, but mainly UST and BTC.
Yes. Okay. Excellent. That is one of the questions. What is UST? And that is, guys, if you have heard of Luna Terra, it's its own chain. It is a stable coin on that chain. Correct?
Yeah, it's a decentralized stable coin, basically. It's algorithmically based, They balanced their coin Luna with UST. So it's kind of a balancing act, and it's a very clever setup. And but they've been extremely stable, and they've been tested through about 3 dumps right now. So I mean, last year there was like 2 big dumps, and this year there was 1 big dump, like just in the past week, and they've stood the test of time. They withstood it all and held stable.
Okay, so I'll answer this next question for you. So the question is how do you plan on get the word out about this company? Marketing, advertising strategy. I happen to know Mass because of his incredible ability to market online. Probably one of the top, at least in the top 1% of online marketers that's out there. His skill level is just absolutely amazing, and it has had a tremendous amount of success over the last probably 15 years or so in successfully marketing online and bringing in massive numbers of customers, and being able to get people involved with it. So, and the team as well has been very skilled at building teams in the past and putting things together. That's one of the areas where I'm absolutely confident that they'll be able to blow this thing up and take it to an incredible level because of that skill level. So, Mass, I already answered that one for you because it's hard to pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, and I won't. Oh, yeah, and as you mentioned, I won't be alone. You know, I have. I mean, there are many people involved in this project with, you know, with big followings and big communities.
Global teams, yeah, global teams. Yep,
Global teams,
Africa, Asia. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we don't really have to do much. We also have a list of influencers that we will be talking to in the days coming forward.
Excellent. I'm not familiar with Terra UST. What is the cost in dollars? And can we purchase in BNB? So UST is pegged on $1. So $1 UST is $1, right? So Terra UST. I'm sure there is UST on the Binance Smart Chain, so you could buy it on there. But you'll be using the native. Will you be using? No, it is on the Binance Smart Chain because it's BNB. That's what we'll be doing it on. So, yeah, so it's on the Binance Smart Chain. Yes, you can buy it with BNB. Marty.
Yep, you can just go to PancakeSwap and you can swap BNB or BUSD. I think are the primary liquidity pools there.
Yeah. Is the price of the token going to be fixed, or will it not be pegged to the stable coins? So there's the NFT guys, and then a token will come after that. No, these tokens are not fixed. They can rise up. The UST is a fixed asset, but the token price can rise to who knows what height, right? Depending on assets that are there, and all that stuff. It can go, you know, I've seen some of these, like I think at one point was $1,400 or something, right? $1,200, or I mean, not Olympus. Their token was at $1,100 or $1,200 at one point in time. So
yeah, another one. I mean, like Invictus DAO. I mean, it opened on the market at $4 and went to $1,400 as well. I don't expect our token to do that. You know, that was the first wave. It was kind of an experimental stage, and the premiums were just super high. You know, everyone just piled in. Yeah. And we actually don't really want that or need that to make money because of the auto compounding effect. You know, if the token stays stable or increases just slightly, you stand to make a lot of money over time.
Excellent. All right, we got one more question, and then we'll probably give Mass the chance to kind of any final thoughts, and then we're going to get the survey out after this is over with. And then we're going to answer some of the other questions that have to do with some of the other stuff we're working on. Let's see. Can we use MetaMask wallet? Yes, absolutely, positively, yes.
Yes. We will offer a MetaMask, SafePal, and BSC wallet.
Excellent. So, okay, this is a great question from Jay Crypto. What will the token supply be? So can you explain low starting, and then this is actually an inflationary to some point, and then at that some point would be capped. Can you explain that to them?
Yeah, our initial supply will be 2.5 million tokens. It is inflationary in nature in the beginning because of the rewards given to the stakers. You know, the early adopters stand to gain the most because they will accumulate a lot of tokens. And as we roll out more and more features, it'll slowly become deflationary over the course of 1 year. That's our roadmap plan. And we will, you know, be increasing. We will become more deflationary as we add more utility. You know, like for example, prediction markets and trading NFTs. We will be releasing some NFT collections. We'll be doing self-repaying loans and whatnot. So each feature that we roll out will reduce the inflation, and we don't really, to be honest, we don't expect to become deflationary within a year, but we expect to become neutral within 1 year. And then the next year, the second year, you know,
deflationary.
We'll go into deflation, and there are possibilities that we might cap the supply at that point.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Mass, for coming on. We're going to get some answers back on the survey, and then we'll touch base again and then move forward from there. All right.
All right. Sounds great.
Thanks you for being on.
My pleasure.
Guys, if you want to in the chat, if you could give a 1 to thank Mass for coming on and sharing their project with us, that would be fantastic.
Lots of ones in there. You Mass. Mass, thank you. I feel smarter already. It's amazing to me the way that these projects are coming and the space is just evolving, because an NFT to me, you know, a few months ago was just a really cool piece of art that was kind of weird and funky, and I didn't know what to do with it. And then MMAC comes along, you kind of go, oh, so that's what to do with it. And now we're seeing the other side of an NFT and the value that the technology behind it holds for really digging deep in the fight. It's fascinating. I think it's very cool. So thank you. Yeah, this is cool. I feel smart.
All right. Jeff, yeah, you would be able to protect an NFT in the safe. We have not worked on that yet, but yes, any asset you'd be able to protect that's in that side of it. So you would be able to do that. As far as that goes, we would probably be able to, with what we're building right now, be able to actually, and we can talk to these guys about it, if we do decide to move forward with the project, stake it from the wallet itself, because that's what we'll be doing with SafuFi down the road. But we'll look at that as we go through it. Again, thanks for being here. We're going to jump in and answer some other questions. I don't know if Dawn joined us yet to give us an update on staking on SafuFi. Did she join us?
I haven't. Oh, she's probably been hanging out in the waiting room. But
you left her there. You abandoned your friend.
I know.
In the waiting room.
I was aptly listening to Mass because it was like, this is so cool. Sorry, Dawn. She's coming.
Dawn says she's gonna get revenge. She's gonna leave you waiting in the
I know she will.
For days.
She'll get back
at some point in time, right? Guys, we have fun when we work together and when we put things together. Yeah. Guys, let's do this real quick, because you guys were on the call with us all day, right? And of course, all last week. How would you rate the last 7 days of the meetings and the talks and the projects and the things that we're looking at and the stuff that we're creating? Where would you put it on a scale of 1 to 10 on future possibility of creating wealth and building stuff together?
1,000.
Sharona says, wow, 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 wow,
Yeah.
Wow, 100.
Yeah.
Don't forget her, oh my golly.
Yeah. No, it's
kind of
Amen.
stuff, right?
No, it is wild. It has been a lot. It's been fascinating to be on involved with so many of the calls that Peter and Dawn and all these projects have come to us. It is fascinating, guys, and I am so, as I think all of us are so grateful for the intelligence and wisdom that Peter brings to the table in vetting these projects and these people and saying, is this something that's good for the community? Is this good for the Nexus ecosystem? Is this something that we can bring to the table and, feel really confident in? And it's amazing to me. And Dawn is like a machine. I mean, just like, I thought Peter never stopped, and it's kind of a 50-50. Sharon, I don't know how you feel, but I don't know actually who stays up longer. It's like
the battle.
It's really
battle.
It's
Me and
no
John, we
contest.
probably work 36 hours a day or something. We
I feel like it.
in a day.
Yeah.
I feel like it.
Yeah. No,
We stretch the
we
limit.
are in good hands, you guys. And I know everyone in the community knows that, but I'll just tell you, we're in very good hands.
I gotta tell you guys, this weekend you have to pray for me because my sister may slap me around a little bit. She's my older sister, Lynn. Most of you probably don't know her. Lois is way more active in the crypto stuff and doing stuff. My sister Lois, but it is her 60th birthday, and we're going to be with her. She's not on here, I know, and she won't see this, so I don't have to worry about her hearing this. But during her birth, so it starts at 5. At 6 o'clock, I am leaving to go do a crypto call for a group of people, right? So she's gonna throw stuff at me, right? Because she's gonna be angry at me because I'm like leaving her. I cannot. She's not on here, Lois. She don't listen to these, right?
So don't tell her,
She's not
Lois.
part of the channel. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is she part of the channel? Did I just blow a secret?
Oh, my stars.
I hope not. I hope she's not listening. Yes, she is on here, Marty. How do you know, Marty?
I'm checking, Peter. Unless she's like hiding out on YouTube, I don't.
Excellent. So yeah, she wants nothing,
Nothing
but
to
she
do.
wants nothing to do with crypto. But guess what I did today, guys? I downloaded a MetaMask wallet onto a tablet, and guess what I'm giving her for her birthday? $500 worth of crypto, right? It's on the tablet already. The wallet is. I got the seed word separate. So she don't want to be in crypto, but I'm giving her crypto anyway. And, at least it's out of circulation, right? If she never looks at it. But one day she'll open it up and it'll be like, oh my God, this is like $426,000. How'd that happen, right? And then it'll be a beautiful thing, right? And it'll go from there. So anyway.
She'll forgive you for coming for the weekend and then being in meetings for
guys, I am
90%.
booked. I'm serious. They said you gotta come to California. I'm like, yeah, I really do, because it's a big birthday, right? I have a meeting on Thursday, meetings on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, right? Just probably booked one for Saturday night, right? It's like I got like 7 meetings, right? I mean, I'll be packed out the entire time because this is important to us. And some of the meetings that we're having, if they go as well as I think they will, we had a call today or yesterday with a group, and they sent me a text today. This is a huge potential. Again, not closed yet, but I'll read the text that he sent me. And it's, good afternoon, Peter. Hope you had a good weekend. He sent this to me yesterday. Chatting with the blank crew. I'm not going to say what the project is yet today, and things looking good to move forward. Stand by. Thank you, Brian. And Brian is a extremely successful businessman who is phenomenally wealthy in his own right, but he's the one that has helped connect us to this project, and it is a phenomenal project. And here the thing is, guys, we're keeping our promise. We said in the very early days, if we build the community that people would want to be in business with, meaning people that get in, they hold, people that go out and share with friends and family, people that help bring people to the onboarding system, that if we did that, then our tokens would stand out to the world and they'd look at it and say, that's the people I want to be involved with my project. Those are the people I want to launch mine. It has already happened. Now, I don't think we're as big as we should be, right? I mean, we need to grow. We need to, but already projects are looking at us. You know, they were talking about using another entity that has over 200,000 people involved in it. And instead, they're very much focused on us doing it for them. And a lot of that is because they've looked at the performance of what we've done. They are seeing what we're talking about, which is this concept and this idea about, instead of trying to be in, how many of you guys were in crypto before you got here and have a wallet? I have one that is just this dirty, nasty looking wallet with like 100 tokens in it. And 80% of them are like valueless. There's nothing you can do. They're down to like $1.65 or $4 or $3. Half of them you can't cash out, because my thought process when I did it is, I'll just buy a bunch of different tokens when they launch and see which ones go up and skyrocket and all that stuff. I don't want to do that anymore. That's the Nexus ecosystem. I want to be able to say, look, find me a dozen to 24 great projects a year that I can get behind, that have the right team, the right technology, and a community behind it. And those 12 to 24, look, if you were able to be privileged enough to be around when Bitcoin launched and you put in some money, you could be retired on that alone, one token. You didn't have to get in 5,000 tokens, did you? Ethereum, if you were around and had the opportunity to put $1,000 in Ethereum, let's do the math. It was 30 cents a token when it launched. 1,000 tokens would buy you what? $1,000 would buy you what? 3,300 tokens. What could somebody do the math for me at $2,400 an ETH? What would 3,300 be worth today? One token, guys, is all it takes. One great project, never mind 12 to 24 projects in this year, 12 to 24 next year, 12 to 24 next year, 20 over the next 5 years. $8 million somebody just put in there. $8 million. One project, a very clean wallet. Just here's $1,000, put it in and leave it. Not trade it every day, not sell it off. Boom, that was only what, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? You'd be retired on a beach right now. You could stake that in 2.0 and it would make you enough money to live on from day to day for the rest of your life without ever getting into that principle, without ever liquidating the Ethereum. Just off of what it would spin off, you could do that with staking it alone. That's what I'm talking about. That's the concept. That's the idea. But see, some of us think we're so smart. I bought Solano at one point for dollars. And I thought I was a genius when I sold it for 24 bucks. I thought, holy mackerel, Peter, man, I'm all that, baby. Look at those returns. Only to have it go up to 300 bucks. Did I make money or did I lose money? Right? It's time and time again, guys. I'm telling you, most people in crypto will never have their Bitcoin story. They'll never have their Ethereum story because they won't stay in long enough. Because if you try to catch the market, it's going to scream up. You're going, oh my God, look at all the money I'm making. And then it's going to turn around. You're going to sell out of it, only to find out that that is only a blip in time. And that was just the run up to the real run up to the real run up to the real run up, right? Which is what we've seen time and time again. And so our idea is build that community that people say, if we can only get them behind us, right? If they help us launch our project, then we are a shoo-in to have the resources and the assets that we need to build a successful project. That is who we are, and that's who we need to continue to be and become, and we need to grow this thing. I'm telling you what, if you guys will help us 10x the number of people in this community, probably 4,000 to 5,000 right now. If we could get to 40 or 50,000, I promise you, we will deliver you project after project after project that are some of the biggest brightest projects in the world. Things that you would be blown away going, how did we get this project? How are we working with this person? How are we working with this person? And the reason why I can say that is I'm already blown away by the people that we're already beginning to work with. Because what we said from the beginning is exactly it. There is a void out there. Right now, projects have to go build their own community. I start a project, I now have to do the technology, and I have to then go out and build it. If we are that pre-built community that they can trust and believe in, guys, we've got it. We're there. We're the Amazon of crypto, right? They were customer-centric. We're community-centric. We can create $1 trillion in wealth over the next 5 to 8 years. That belongs to the community that we build, the people that are part of it. But it's on the quality of the members that we have in it. We have a couple questions, guys. We're going to answer those, and then we're going to jump off. We still got a lot more work to do. What is up with the airdrop, baby? That's from Henry Tucker. Buddy, I don't know which airdrops you're talking about, but if you're talking about the ones from Vegas, I think you could just go out and claim them right now.
Yeah, they're claimable. Every week or so, we send another list. So not everybody registered their airdrop wallet at the same time, right? I have to cut it off at some point, compile the whole list, send it to Reza. He adds it to the smart contract. So weekly or so, we are sending lists in. So just hold tight. I promise you, everybody's getting one. We have a comprehensive list of people who were involved in Vegas. I swear to you, we got everybody.
And right now, the two that you can claim is NSI and SafuFi. Those are the two that you can claim. Catapult and CNP, you have to wait for those tokens to launch, but those are the two that you can claim right now that is there. I'm trying to think of any other airdrops. I don't think there are any. Another question that we have is, what about returns on staking for SafuFi? Do we have a time frame on when they should start seeing those, Dawn?
Yes. So I believe by the end of this week, everybody can see rewards. We are simply waiting on a lot of people to actually stake their tokens. There are people that we're just waiting on. They have a lot of tokens to stake, so we're giving them that opportunity the next couple of days. Like today, I reached out to a lot of people. So today and tomorrow, I'm hoping they get them staked, and we're going to turn that on. And I think it just takes a couple of days for Reza to get that all squared away for everybody, and it'll start showing up. So very excited about that. But I promise you, we'll let you know in the community. As soon as we know anything definitive, we will post it, and you'll know for sure.
Excellent, excellent. So Margaret says we need a class on staking and farming. We will be producing some stuff for that, but I got to tell you guys, the best place to learn about staking and farming and have a new staking farming opportunity put forward that has been verified, let's say, is by joining our forum, the Meta District forum that we're building. It is a paid forum. It's $15 a month or $100 for a year. Every single month, you will receive some digital assets as part of a reward for your membership. Okay, those are going to be there for you to claim through there. There's going to be a tremendous amount of value there. Some special content by myself, by Doug, by other people that we're doing. This is not just on the Nexus ecosystem, guys. This is a forum for crypto. We're going to have crypto news in here. We're going to have other information. We're actually going to put some fun stuff in there, what's called our crypto comedy club. So we're going to go out and find funny, entertaining type things that are on there. This will have a whole staff of people. So there will be an airdrop, at least one a month. That is a legitimate airdrop that you can go do. Normally getting you somewhere between $5 and $20 on that airdrop. So you don't have to go look for them. We're going to go look for it for you. There will be a staking opportunity in there that could be one of our staking opportunities, but more than likely one that is not ours, where we've looked at the project and say, yes, it has long-term potential for you to do it. At least one a month, more than likely several a month on both the airdrops and the staking. In the first month or two, it'll probably be one. Eventually, we'll get up to several opportunities. These are things where we're not saying, You put 50, $100 in, and it will start to generate, and it can compound over time, and it can grow into something substantial. And then all kinds of other stuff. We're going to try to call out maybe a couple of tokens a month that are solid projects that are not part of the Nexus ecosystem, as well as there will be special other offers out there. So it's a great deal, and it will be well worth it. Let's put it that way. We're not necessarily doing this to make money. What we're doing is building a platform. These will be like this NFT club will be sponsored by CNP. The security side of it, the crypto security, which will be free to anybody that goes there, will be sponsored by Safufied. So this is a platform for us to promote and bring people in to hopefully decide to join the Nexus ecosystem and become part of that, as well as giving us the ability to have the team to research and improve what we're doing, keep us on the cutting edge. So there'll be news, there'll be all kinds of information that will be in here. Right now, if you sign up, the rest of this month is free. It'll start actually next month on the billing on it. So it's a lot of fun, and we're gonna have a great time in there. Also, you can chat back and forth, so it'll be a safe place for you guys to communicate without the scammers. One of the main reasons why we had talked about doing a free forum, guys, but a free forum, we have no way to guarantee that people are not scam artists here, because it's a paid forum. They have to have, a name, phone number, credit card, all that stuff, and we can do it. It is not paid with crypto. It's paid with a credit card. So we can build there. That way you can get new people that are not into crypto into this side of it, and then they can be part of it. So hopefully you guys will help us promote this. Hopefully you'll become part of it. It is a valuable part for us to build out the Nexus ecosystem and get things cranking away. And there's no set value on these digital assets we're going to give away. But if you know me, I think you're going to be happy each month as you receive your digital assets. And so I think it's going to be I know it's going to be a plus positive for people that get involved with it, that engage in the space, that become members there. And so you can become a member for $14.99 a month. It says 2 months, but it's actually per month. Once we get past this first month, that'll change. It's just 2 months because we couldn't do these extra few days for people to start getting in. And then the citizen is 13 months. It's really a year. But again, this extra month there. So I want to make sure that after January, it'll change to 12 months, and it'll change to per month on the $14.99 membership, or $14.99. That's cheap, guys. I've been looking at other paid forums. They're $100 a month, and craziness. And we'll more than likely provide more value than these other forums are that are charging people, $80, $90, $50 a month to be a part of. So anyway, it's not a requirement, but membership has its privileges, I think is what they say. So we'll make sure that again, because this is a supporting tool of the Nexus ecosystem, then there'll be rewards for the people that help us build it out, engage with it, and be a part of that. So that is available for you to sign up for tonight. And then the official launch, though, will be February 1st. And we'll probably do a launch call around that and then walk people through the site. It'll be a little thin in the beginning, guys, because we're just starting. But over the next month, 2 months, this is going to build out to be a major source of information on the blockchain and what's going on in the news and stuff like that. So instead of having to chase news around, you can log in here and it'll have a daily news feed and other interesting things about the crypto space. Anything I'm missing, Dawn? Rhonda?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, the one thing I just want to shout out to first, Dr. Badger, Jim, you're amazing. He stepped in like 30 seconds after our call last week and said, "How can I help?" And so he's an active moderator in there, and he's helping populate information in there. And then so many of you others have popped in. You're liking and following the different clubs, and people are starting to pop in memes or jokes or making comments, and that's exactly what you want to do. Go in and play, and then let us just interact with it. We're going to be, we'll need moderators to help, build some of this information. And as Peter said, yeah, we'll have the crypto. The three that will always be accessible and free would be Comedy Club, Crypto Security, and probably the NFT Club, because they were very attractive. Maybe a gaming one that attracts other potential members and draws them in. But then when you get into that crypto staking and mining and betting and areas where we can give you those opportunities to find the airdrops and to find the easy ways to mine or whatever, that will be for members only, because we're going to be, giving you recommendations for places to go, rather than having to spend all your time doing it. So the more you interact with this, the richer it becomes for everybody. So I appreciate everybody who's dabbled in it so far. I'm still learning my way around it. So it changes daily, if not hourly.
For sure. Yeah, the only thing
I saw the question again, is this replacing Telegram? No. Telegram is a different part. This is, again, my hope for this is we get to 50, 100,000 people, maybe 10,000 of those are already in the Nexus ecosystem. And then when we do put projects out that we know the team, we know everything about it, we can promote those in here and then drive people to those projects to be a part of it, to individual projects versus coming in through the Nexus ecosystem and being a whole part of that. It would be very valuable for us to have a lot of people coming to the projects that don't necessarily go, oh, this is a Nexus project, because they really don't know about it. They're just coming into that one project and getting involved. Those will be the ones that'll drive it on PancakeSwap. They're the ones that will drive the growth outside of what we've built in the Nexus ecosystem. So this is a very important part. We had started a YouTube channel that we had done a while ago, had about 3,000, a little over 3,000 people. We're going to go back to that again and create content there. So we have our own YouTube channel to talk about these projects. We have our own forum to talk about these projects. People that we know are serious about crypto. We'll open this up to the world. We'll have multiple languages in here that it can be done in here in the near future. So this is a major part of our strategy of the Nexus ecosystem. We're doing this now. In the next 3 or 4 months, as we get enough users, this will break off as its own entity and it will be run by its own team. And then we'll just simply go, oh, we have a new project and we're green lit with the projects that we put through because they know who we are. So it won't be, well, we don't want to accept you, there's somebody else. We'll always get at the front of the line because we help build it. So this is kind of part of being part of the whole ecosystem that we're building out. Go ahead, Dawn, you want to say something?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say thank you. That I'm really most excited too about the other languages, because we've been looking for a way to do that because we are an international company. So to draw those people in from other countries and be able to, present this rich information in their language is amazing. And we're finally able to do that here, where we couldn't really do that in Telegram. We didn't have enough moderators for all of our separate other language channels, right? Other country channels. So this is brilliant. And I'm so excited about that, to grow that international community. But also I wanted to let you know that the $14.99 a month is going to be the ongoing price for monthly. But that $100 a year is limited time, guys. It's not going to be forever. So we want everybody to get in and get that deal if you can. And then I've seen people even renew for next year to get a hold of that deal, because it's a great price. So just keep that in mind too. You're welcome to do that and go ahead and renew for a year and have that really special deal.
Yeah.
And guys, we will produce the digital assets at the $14.99 value. So if you do the $100, you're basically going to, overperform on your digital assets. So again, there'll be a lot of neat content that you can only get here by being part of it. Let's see. We have a right, let's see. Okay, so anything else, guys? And then we'll answer the 4 or 5 questions that I just wanted to make sure we didn't have any questions on this side of it.
There's one, Marty put it in the chat, but it's a good one. Can they sign up for auto renewal to get that annual price year after year after year?
I don't think we can do annual on the 100, but the monthly is a renewal.
Automatic.
But I don't know. We can check on it and see.
Well, yeah, to check the settings.
Well, is she saying that if she does auto renew, it'll stay at that 100 price every time? Is that what she's
believe
asking?
so.
I'm
Yeah, I
real
believe it.
clear on the question.
I believe that's what she's asking. If I sign
think
up,
so.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll find out.
we'll find
Yeah,
out.
we can look at it. All right. So let's move on. Let's answer some questions. You can advise working diligently on all. Okay. So MMAC, guys, with the registration, we learn as we go. When we put the survey out, we left some information off. We allowed people to figure out how much B&B they need to put in. That won't be done in the future because we always learn and we always improve from it. So what we're doing right now is going through, and I'm going to let Dawn explain exactly what her and Sharon are doing. They are doing what I wouldn't do. I just say, forget you guys. You don't get to be in it. But these guys, they will not give up, right? They're going to make sure that everybody that wants to be a part of it. Sharon was like reaching out to everybody. I'm like, forget those. They didn't get it done. Don't worry about them. Now, I'm going to turn it over to Dawn, and she'll go ahead and give you guys what we're doing right now to make sure that everybody that wants to be involved in MMAC has a chance to go ahead and do that. Go ahead, Dawn.
Yeah, absolutely. So registration was closed, right? Technically it's closed. But we had a lot of people who reached out to us, which is why we had all these forums going around, because we didn't want to leave anybody behind. And we understand people had issues with, let's say they were signing up for crypto.com for the first time. Well, that was taking them a little longer to get their stuff in order, right, where they could pay a deposit and get all that ready. So there was a little issues there that we really wanted to help them out. So we had this form. Anybody that had any kind of issue could fill out this form. There is actually a list, and Sharona can correct me in the chat. I haven't even looked at it lately, but I want to say there's probably at least 175 people on that form. So about half of those I entered manually already. And what did she say? Yes, at least. Yes, so we had all that. So half of them, probably about, I don't know, maybe 100 or so are entered manually already. If you went and checked your registration, you might see that email say, yes, you're in. Okay. The rest of you, I'm still entering manually. That will get done in the next day or so. And that's that. Aside from that, we had people who accidentally sent in the wrong amount of BNB for their deposit. We had several of those. So we are working through each one of those individually and figuring out what it is you were really intending to do. We're checking BSC scan, confirming everything. That's taking some time, but we're going to get every one of those people sorted. If you sent too much, we're going to send back what you oversent, right? If it was for that reason. People have asked me, oh, I put a deposit in for 2 or 3 and I only want to do 1 now. It's no refund, guys. If you put a deposit for 3 of them, you paid the $60. That's great. You helped the project. You are going to be allotted in the whitelist 3 NFTs. You can choose whether or not you purchase them at launch day or not. We can't make you purchase them, right? So you do whatever you need to do there, but it was a non-refundable deposit. So we're working through those little bit of issues. Maybe 15 people or so were in that category, and that's just taking a little time. So the registration will be completely final this week. We will send that over to Reza, our blockchain developer. He will create that whitelist situation for everyone. We will verify all of that once that's done, because we know that on launch day, some people somehow miss the whitelist, right? So we're going to go through every single person, make sure everything matches up, and then we're going to be good to go. MetaMars, Austin with the MetaMars team, he is getting me the files necessary for the artwork and all the attributes of the NFTs and everything that we need. And then we're going to load those on the CMP website, which will also be ready next week. And maybe hopefully the end of this week. We're pushing, guys. We're really
Yeah,
trying
guys,
hard.
and I'll go over the time frame for when we're going to have things launched. There's a couple other
Yeah.
questions on that.
Sure,
Also,
perfect.
Mark, the 400,000 BNB you sent, I actually sent you back 4 million. I don't know where it is, but it's probably lost somewhere, probably, you know, along that way. But you know how it is. You send me 1 BNB, I send you 10. You send in 400,000, I sent you back 4 million. Buddy, do not spend it all in one place, all right? Make sure you spread the love, go out and create some value in the world. Let's jump in and let's answer a couple more questions here. Okay, I've seen things like guerrilla marketing via social media. Have we thought about doing something like that? Yeah, Daryl, we are, and we were doing a lot of that stuff in the early days. We've been focused. Guys, it is a ton of work to launch the projects that we're doing and the stuff that we're building. As soon as we get through that stuff here, and we do our first NFT launch for CNP, one of the questions is the token versus CNP and all that. I'll answer that in a second. Then we will get back to, we actually had days where we would have everybody come on and go on different social media sites and pump it up and promote the token and stuff like that. We are going to get back to that very, very, very soon. Okay. All right. Let's see. Will CNP launch before the token? Yes. A matter of fact, I believe by the time the token launches for CNP, we will have probably 2 or 3 successful launches of NFTs and already be building mass momentum. There was a project out, I won't mention it because then people go look at it and they want to buy it. It was an NFT project. They had already had some successful project. The token blew up and went hyperbolic. It was incredible to watch it happen. And that's what we're shooting to make happen on that side of it moving forward. All right. So, okay, sorry, I'm a little behind. Can we stake SAFU-fied now? Yes. Can we now use the tax-free app to move SPY to our safe? Very good question there. Don,
Great question. Yeah, so that app is in development. We are working with the guys at SPY and they've done what they need to do. Now we need to test. So we are still in testing phase. We haven't announced anything yet. You will know when something is live and ready to go because we will announce it everywhere. And there will be beautiful graphics from Rhonda and flashing signs and whatever. Yeah, don't worry. It's coming very, very soon. And if you did purchase SPY tokens, you will be able to tax-free transfer them to the safe. So we're very excited about that.
Perfect. Yeah, and that's the first non-Nexus project. And then as we move forward, guys, we're making a ton of progress on the DAO side of things. As we put together DAOs and that they form, then they'll be the ones that will do the tax app, the app to move it over, as well as we're moving towards in the next, hopefully 4 weeks, where you'll be able to leave your tokens in a safe and stake from the safe directly there and back and forth. And then we'll be able to do that for other projects as well, keeping them safe. So being able to earn while your tokens are locked up tighter than tight, right? So it's just an amazing thing that's going on there for us to move that forward. We are working on our first NFT series, and I'm wondering if maybe we should share maybe a peek.
Oh, I don't know, Peter.
Would you guys like to, would you guys be able to keep it like a secret and not let anybody know what we're doing here if we showed you a peek of their first piece of artwork that we created?
Could you keep it a secret? Seriously? Could you?
We're only live on YouTube, but go ahead.
You're going to turn that off, Missy.
Oh, I am. Okay.
You are going to turn off YouTube. So
All right.
We're gonna wait, guys, until we're gonna go off live off of YouTube. Yep. If you want to come over and join us on the link here, you can. We're gonna do a sneak peek. I'd like to get your guys' real honest opinion, and here it is. But let's wrap up this call here, and then after we do that, we'll go off live, and then we'll share it here on the link. Please don't screenshot or any of that stuff, guys. And then what we'll do is if you like it, you can put in a 1. If you love it, you can put in a 2. And if you think it's spectacular, put in a 3. Please give me your honest opinion, guys. We're trying to put out great things. And, you know, for us, we look at it and we're wrapped up in it and we're part of the creation process. So, you know, it's like, It's like somebody who has an ugly baby, but they don't see it as ugly, right? I'm just kidding. Please do not send letters or cards or anything about Peter mentioning ugly babies. I know there are no ugly babies in the world, all right? Okay, let's move on from the ugly baby condiment, okay?
Right.
We love
Sharona,
that.
could you pop the link for the Zoom into the YouTube chat so people on YouTube can
Last question, and then we're going to go off live off the YouTube. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. And that is, so we can't stake from the safe yet. No, not from the safe. You have to do it from your MetaMask wallet. So that is the only way to stake right now. Thank you guys for joining us. If you guys want to stay on here, we're going to give you guys a sneak peek. We'll give you guys from YouTube about 2 minutes before we do it, 3 minutes. If you want to jump over onto the Zoom channel to see it. All right. All right. Let's say bye to YouTube. Thanks, guys.
We'll see it next.